Memorial Day, it is the very first video of the Halloween Fest 2014. And what better way to kick off Halloween Fest than a zombie-related video? So today's video is the top 10 most memorable moments of the Walking Dead series. So let's get to it. Wait, before you continue, if you are not caught up on The Walking Dead, do not go any further because this top 10 list video does include some of the latest episodes of The Walking Dead. So if you're not caught up, don't get mad at me. So let's get to it. Number 10, Rick wakes up. It should come as no surprise that the very first episode included one of the most epic scenes in the entire series. In days gone by, Rick wakes up from a 3-month coma to an abandoned hospital. It doesn't take long for Rick to stumble about to a pretty disheveled, to say the least, corridor with a few dead bodies strewn about. While this is the point, most of us would probably try to hightail it out of there or crumble into a puddle of our own urine. Rick continues to explore the hallways and try to find help. This scene is so memorable because it gives us ours and Rick's first glimpse of the undead. Behind the infamous "Don't Dead Open Inside" doors, hundreds of walkers try to catch a glimpse of the show's new star. Number 9, CDC is a dead end. Episode TS19 includes some of the most emotionally charged scenes in the entire series. After spending the majority of the first season trying to reach their believed savior, the CDC, the hopeful group's dreams are dashed when they meet the sole survivor of the Atlanta headquarters, Edwin Jenner. Jenner tells Rick that all the other scientists either chose suicide or abandoned their posts, and that the story is likely similar all around the world. This scene is so important because it shows how the world in all of its vast entirety is affected by this one disease, and that there's really no hope left for a cure or for life ever returning back to normal. Number 8, where's Judith? In season 4's Too Far Gone, a lot of crazy stuff goes down. In the chaos that ensues during the standoff between the governor and the group at the prison, baby Judith is accidentally left alone in her baby seat. The large group ends up splitting up into smaller groups when their escape plan goes down the toilet. But before making their escape, Tyrese, Lizzie, and Mika scoop up Judith, leaving behind her carrier. When Rick and Carl reunite after the standoff, they find a bloody baby seat without Judith. This scene is so important because it ends the season leaving us, the viewers, and the Grimes family assuming baby Judith is dead. Number 7, Rick finds Morgan. In the episode Clear, Rick is reunited with Morgan, the first human being he saw after escaping from the hospital. They find Morgan surrounded by a bunch of homemade booby traps and with no memory of who Rick is. It's revealed that Morgan lost his sanity when his son was bitten and ultimately killed by his long-dead wife, Jenny. He is racked with guilt because he knows he could have prevented his son's ultimate death had he killed his wife sooner. This scene is so darn heartbreaking because it shows that everyone, even during the apocalypse, has their breaking point, and seeing someone reach theirs is a lot more scarier than a horde of zombies. Number 6, Michonne flashbacks. In the episode Claimed, a rivalry between Daryl and Michonne for viewers' favorite character officially begins. Underneath all her layers of badassery, Michonne reveals a softer side with flashbacks of pre-Walker life. It's shown that she had a life of luxury and elegance and of love and laughter. What makes this scene so memorable and character developing is that Michonne reveals to Carl that she actually had a 3-year-old son named Andre Anthony who died shortly after the outbreak began. Number 5, Zombie Sophia. In the season 2 premiere, What Lies Ahead, the group is stuck on a car-jammed highway where a massive group of walkers is heading their way and forces them all to hide underneath the cars. Unfortunately, Sophia is discovered by a couple walkers and runs through the woods to escape. Though she's found by Rick, he ultimately has to leave her so that he can go kill the zombies, and when he comes back, Sophia is gone. In the episode Pretty Much Dead Already, Glenn tells the group how he discovered Herschel has a barn filled with walkers. Shane goes against Rick's orders and opens the barn doors and forces the group to start killing the walkers. Just as things seem to be pretty much done, one more walker stumbles out of the barn. it's Sophia. Do I really need to say what's so memorable about this scene? Number 4, Carl kills Lori. In the episode Killer Within, due to complications during labor, Lori is forced to give birth via C-section with the help of Maggie, and knowing that they lack the proper medical equipment, she died. Carl, who's present during the operation, is forced to shoot Lori after she dies because of a promise he made to her that he wouldn't allow her to come back as a walker. What makes this such an unforgettable scene is that what should have pulled at the viewer's heartstrings made quite a few people happy knowing that she would no longer be on the show. Number 3, the 2 deaths of Shane. In the episode Better Angels, after killing Randall earlier in the episode, Shane lures Rick into the woods under the false pretense that they're looking for Randall with the actual intention of killing Rick. Aware of his intention, Rick initially refuses to attack Shane, but as he's handing over his gun to Shane, he actually pulls out a knife and stabs him while claiming Shane made him do it. What makes this scene so epic is that Shane doesn't just die once, he dies twice. As Rick turns around to face Carl, Shane reanimates as a walker and Carl then shoots Shane in the head. Number 2, beheading of Herschel. In the mid-season finale Too Far Gone, Herschel and Michonne are captured by the governor. Rick pleads with the governor's group that they can join them at the prison and that anyone can change. This causes Herschel to smile knowing that some of his advice has rubbed off on Rick. But the governor doesn't take kindly to his heartfelt scene and grabs Michonne's katana while whispering liar, he slashes Herschel's throat. This results in a full-fledged battle between the two groups, and it doesn't take long for the governor to pin down Herschel and repeatedly slash at his throat until he eventually decapitates him. What makes this scene stand out is that in a show of guts and gore, you think you become callous to violence, but this scene shows that some violence is just too brutal to not shock you. Coming in at number 1, the most memorable scene of the series thus far, Carol murders Lizzie. In the episode The Grove, it's revealed that Lizzie believes the walkers are just different and don't actually mean to hurt people. After Carol and Tyrese return to the farmhouse after gathering some supplies, they find that Lizzie has stabbed Mika to death. Lizzie tells Carol and Tyrese that she spared Mika's brain so that she would come back as a walker. She asks, or rather demands at gunpoint, that Carol and Tyrese not touch Mika. And then in what is the show's most epic scene ever, and probably the most epic scene ever in all of television for that matter, Carol lures Lizzie outside to look at the flowers and murders her. I mean, come on people, Carol! Carol murders a child psychopath! Carol! What? Wow. Thank you guys so much for watching my very first installment of Halloween Fest 2014. And for those of you who don't know what Halloween Fest is, during the month of October, I'll be posting 2 top 10 list videos a week that have to do with Halloween and all things horror related. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're not yet a Katy Cat and would like to become a Katy Cat, please become a Katy Cat! Hit the subscribe button to see more videos. Bye!